Happy Monday. It's been a while since we've done a live. So welcome to this live. It's going to be short and sweet. So this Saturday at 6:45, we will be hosting the third forgiveness ceremony at our house. It is free. And I'm on here today to give you a little, to remind you of it. If you haven't signed up for it, please do. We're going to do it in my garage. We're going to start out with a little intro, a light guided meditation, and then we will read our letters. And that's what I want to talk about. So we'll read our letters and then we will burn them. And then if you want to stay, then we will have like a little social hour after that. So I want to remind you of the letter if you are coming and you are going to be, you don't have to read it. It is a letter for you. You can just have it with you. You do not have to read it. But I highly recommend that you bring some sort of forgiveness letter. So forgiveness is important because we as humans carry around a lot of guilt and shame and blame for ourselves. I currently am going through a lot of self-care, self-forgiveness, self-love. And so we need to remember that forgiveness starts with us first. And not that you can't put anybody else that you would like to forgive in the letter. That is very powerful as well. But I want you guys to focus on your letters of having it be for you first, because that's important. We need to focus. Hello, Tim. We need to focus on ourself, and that's not selfish. That's self-care. When we put ourselves first with what truly needs to be worked on. And I like to call that a little bit of like shadow work. It's important to heal your heart, folks, because if you're not right with yourself, you can't be right really with anybody. And forgiveness is giving up on the hope that the past is going to change, because it's not. We don't have time machines. We can't go back and change shit. We can only fix the shit that we're experiencing lately in our current bodies in this lifetime. And what I've noticed in just a little side note, I've been going back to some of my past lives in past life regression sessions. Some of them by myself, others with a practitioner. So there's ways of doing that. I can access them through meditation, deeper style of meditation. And we need to open our hearts to ourselves. It's very, very important. And you need to get that shit out, because there's no point in going through this life that has been given to us feeling so down about stuff that we have done in the past. It's in the past. And forgiveness allows us, we don't have to forget it. It's not about forgive and forget. But forgiving allows you to have a safe space in your heart to come back to when those thoughts, excuse me, or those memories come back, and you can choose then at that very moment how you would like those feelings or thoughts to affect you. You can choose what emotion you want to feel at that very moment. This has been a really powerful epiphany for me lately, because a lot of my shame and blame thoughts that have been coming forward in the last month or so really was making me down, really down, and really draining my energy and really dimming my light. And so I had to dig deep. I had to really ask the man upstairs for some assistance. And it's getting easy. It's getting easier. My ego is strong. My ego is very strong. I've been trying to work with my ego and trying to get my ego into my heart instead of into my head. And it's a slow process. I am feeling better. I am feeling the benefits. But when we can get out of our head and into our hearts, it makes every decision and every second going forward a lot easier, because you get out of that shame and blame mode. And hello, Kim. And so when we can find forgiveness in ourselves, it also allows us to be able to forgive others as well. We are not perfect. We shouldn't expect anybody else to be perfect. We are not created to be perfect. We are created to fall and to fail and to learn and to grow from those failures. And I don't look at them as failures. I look at them as opportunities to learn what went wrong here, what could be improved. I look at struggles in my life as an opportunity of the potential to improve. And if you can just kind of flip that switch and just shift that 1 degree and give yourself a little grace. We're not perfect. We're supposed to learn and do the best that we can. So forgiveness allows when those feelings and memories and maybe a repeated behavior comes forward. Forgiveness of yourself really allows you to give yourself a little bit of grace. A little bit of grace. Just try a little bit of grace. And then hi Terry. So a little bit of grace goes a long way. And when you get those thoughts, those from your past behavior or even from past, things that people have done to you, and you can choose how you want to feel with that. And if you when my stress of my past thoughts or emotions come up, they always collect in my solar plex, because that's the chakra where we carry our self-esteem. And so I carry it a lot in my stomach area, and it's like butterflies, but really, really fluttery butterflies, almost to the point of nauseous. And if I'm struggling with trying to get those emotions and those feelings and those thoughts back up to my heart, and I'm just struggling, I just give them to God. Just give them to God, give them to your higher source, Gaia, the Lord, whatever. Just give it back. Give it to the universe, give it to God, and He's going to take care of it. Guaranteed. So those are a couple things to start practicing. So back to the letter. So if you've never done a forgiveness letter before, I'm guaranteeing that if you just start brainstorming and start put the pen to the paper, and it doesn't have to be extravagant. It doesn't have to be a million things. But if you've never done one before and you've never really dived in on, your inner self, just start making a list of things that bother you, and thoughts or feelings or memories or behaviors that you burden yourself with, and start there. And allow put the pen to the paper, because there's science behind it. Once you start doing that, you just open up a whole wide, portal of creativity and openness for thoughts and things to put in this forgiveness letter. So then, and if you're on a roll, then go with what people have done to you. And you don't have to list any names, and you don't have to give this forgiveness letter to anybody. We're going to burn them. and we're going to burn them, you know, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And it starts there. And because you're doing a forgiveness ceremony, it's not just like a one and done. It's not just a one time, hello, Fred. It's not just a one and done. It might take several forgiveness ceremonies or just forgiveness letters. And if you don't take anything away from this live, just give yourself a little bit of grace. And it's there. All you gotta do is ask for it. It's there. It's waiting for you to ask for it. And you'll feel better if you practice forgiveness. And it starts within. We're going to start there. So enjoy your week. Work on the suggestions that I gave you. Start writing them down. I guarantee that once you start writing them down and once you actually take some time for yourself and to think about some of the things that you really need to forgive yourself for first. The wonderful thing with forgiving yourself is that when those things do come back, that you can cue yourself, hey, this is where grace comes into play. I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace. There's always, I don't like to use the word trigger. I like to use the word reminder. But when you do get those reminders and you're like, well, I thought I forgave myself for this. So sometimes it's going to take a while, you know. Sometimes it might take a couple times and just a daily practice of putting those thoughts where they belong and replace them with good thoughts. And what did you learn from that behavior? Or what did you learn from that situation? Or, you know, if you want to forgive someone for what they've done to you, you know, they're only working at the potential that they're aligned at this very moment. So we need to give them a little grace too. So if you're struggling still by, you know, Friday, reach out to me and I can give you, we can, you know, work on your letter together. And if you are coming, would you please say that you're coming either in this live or reach out to me privately or go to the event. There is an event on the group. I think there's also one on my private, on my personal Facebook page as well. So the forgiveness ceremony, if you do not want to read your letter, that is perfectly okay. Like I said, we're going to do a short guided meditation, a little intro. Going to read some of the things that I read out loud to the group last time. And then we will burn our letters. And then you'll each get like a little card that I made. So you can keep that handy, and whenever you, looks like this, and whenever you're feeling, you know, that you need to forgive yourself and you need a little grace, you can just reach out to this card and that card will help you in that moment. It's free, and bring a friend. And it's at 6:45. It's also a full moon. Full moons are wonderful opportunities to start something anew. And we've had such a crazy August. I've been hearing a lot from people that it's like, oh, August was just, you know, like the month from hell almost. And I can vouch for that. I struggled with August. And they say that the time, the transition between the month of August, which is Virgo, into Leo, which is the month of September, is the hardest transition of the year. It makes sense. We don't want to say goodbye to summer. We don't want to start thinking about fall or winter. And also on top of that, the September 9th is the beginning of the Mercury retrograde. And I won't go into that because that's a whole nother video, but I did post something to the group about that. So if you're interested in kind of knowing what a little more of that is about and how it affects us on Earth here, go ahead and click on that link in the post that I just posted, like in the last couple hours or so. It was real recent. So thank you everybody for watching this video, and come to the forgiveness ceremony for a powerful, 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 it's healing of the heart. It really, really is. And you'll be surprised, even if you're just curious, even if you just want to come and check it out. I highly recommend, and I will try to persuade you to participate. But if you're just curious, come on out, because you can still, even if you don't have a letter, you can still get the benefits just by saying them in your head of what you want to forgive for yourself, and if you want to forgive others. At 6:45 we will be starting, and if you feel like you would like to stay, we are gonna have a little cocktails. I know I'm gonna have a cocktail afterwards, but you don't have to. So I will see you all there at 6:45 on this Saturday for the forgiveness ceremony. Thank you all.